Good morning.
Good morning, Lisa.
Yes.
Hi, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have your team with you?
Well, I sent a thing on the Q&A thing that Marcy's going to be dialing in.
Okay.
From her office. Kristen is tentative. She may be running late today, and Rick was unable to make it, but that's okay because I'll get them all caught up.
Perfect. And I'll go into the whole introductions, but we have George on the phone. George is in Princeton right now, but normally in Brazil. So, George, this is Lisa.
Lisa, nice to meet you. How are you?
I am doing great, George. Nice to meet you. How are things going?
Well, today's going really well because it's bright sunshine and it's not quite as early as it is on the West Coast, so that's okay.
I know, poor Susan, 6 a.m. there.
That's okay. I'll take one for the team because this was fun. But, my dog wasn't too thrilled, honestly, Lisa, but he'll get over it.
I know what you mean. I've had to call in early and stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh, you're at home and family and everything. It's like, okay, guys.
Exactly. Sorry, I have to do it, guys. But
I know.
I actually woke up to about half a dozen emails from China. We're in the middle of a couple of big projects with some of our clients over there.
Did the earthquake hit?
Well, thankfully it's not the earthquake zone, but it was just trying to get conference calls together when somebody has to do it at 6:30 in the morning or 7:30 at night or whatever. So that's part of life in a global society.
Yes, that's true. And you can tell, Lisa, George is not a native Brazilian. He is from Scotland.
Got it.
Brazilian.
I'm sorry, so you're an adopted Brazilian, did you say?
No, a typical Scottish Brazilian.
Oh, that's right.
I think a big community of us down there.
Often heard it was a beautiful country.
It is.
Can you guys just hold 1 second? I'm going to see where Marcy's at.
Sure.
I'm here, Lisa.
Hi.
Oh, you're there. I'm here on the line.
Marcy, were you able to get online to the presentation?
Yes, I'm also online, too.
Great.
Terrific. Well, this is great. You want us to get started, Lisa? We shall.
Yeah, go ahead and get started.
Okay, terrific. Well, welcome to both of you. I'm Susan McGreen. I'm the SVP of Sales for Caliper, and I am thrilled to say this is the first time I've actually presented at this hour at 6 a.m. in California with George Bro, and George is Vice President of Organizational Development, and he's normally based in Brazil. However, we had so many major projects that we asked him to spend several months at our headquarters, which is in Princeton. George?
Hi, nice to meet you all.
Be short and to the point, ladies.
I like it.
And if you wouldn't mind, for George's benefit especially, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves and tell us your primary roles, that would really be great.
Oh, sure, no problem. So, Lisa Baker King, AVP for National Sales at Horace Mann. And Horace Mann is a company founded by educators to support educators who are a multi-line insurance agency. And our agents primarily focus on the education market, so offering products and services to the different school districts. My role, I've got 3 different departments. One is awards and recognitions, all the fun stuff that salespeople like.
Lake Como.
Exactly.
Sorry, I just love Lake Como. I'm not putting in a pitch, but man, that's great.
Yeah, we are. Our trip next year is to, first we're going to be over in Montreux, Switzerland, and then another level of qualifiers will be moving on to Lake Como.
That's quite an incentive. I didn't mean to derail you, but I was very...
No, that's
Thank
okay.
you.
The other part I have is Field Impact Strategies and Development, and that's Kristen's area, and she's maybe running late today. So that's all our different strategies, best practices to support our field and our sales leader. And I'll let Marcy reports to me as well, and I'll let her talk about what her area does.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
I'm Marcy Lamb. I am the Director of Field Recruitment and New Agent Support. And my area basically handles the recruitment of our new agents as well as the selection and onboarding once we've identified candidates that we would like to bring on board. We kind of do work with them and work with our field sales leaders to bring those candidates on board, fill out all of their paperwork, make sure that they meet all of our requirements and they've gotten all of their appropriate licenses, etc. And then I also have a team of individuals, that's our new agent support team, and they work hand in hand with our field sales leaders to ensure the agent success for their first year. And the way that they do that is they basically operate as a home office resource for those new agents, where they have weekly outgoing calls to each one of the new agents where they discuss different technology and product information, any current promotions that are going on. Basically, just like I said, just work hand in hand with the field sales leaders to make sure that everyone's on the same page and working towards that common goal of new agent success.
Wow, that's great. And have you been doing it a long time for Horace Mann, or are you?
Well, our new agent support team just started in August of 2009, and I actually just started with Horace Mann in January of 2009, and that's when we started the centralized recruiting team, where we have 2 recruiters here that assist with the recruiting efforts that are going on in the field. So where I'm new to Horace Mann, not new to the insurance industry, I've actually been in the insurance industry for just about 15 years, in various capacities, from recruitment to home office, sales support to field sales leadership.
You've kind of done it all in that area.
Exactly.
Well, before we get started, we had a little bit of time. Harry Kerr and I did yesterday with Lisa. But Marcy, are you familiar with Caliper? And just to get a little bit of a baseline, do you know much about Caliper?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Terrific. Great. Well,
Marcy has a similar company background to myself, so she used to work with Allstate. She knows Laura Harris, and very familiar with Caliper. And then also she was at Bank of America with me as well, and we used Caliper. We talked about, Susan, we used Caliper as well for our employee agents.
Sure, I remember that. That was very exciting at the time. So, Well, thank you. Then what we're going to do, Marcy, is we're going to try to really review the capabilities of Caliper. We're going to and George is running the slide deck. One of us had to. He won the flip. Also, he's in Princeton. So, very quickly, we're entering into our 50th year, which will begin in August. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this since you both know it, but we've now passed the 3 million assessed milestone. So we really have a database of scientific data that we use all the time. So when it comes to Caliper, we really do feel that we're the strongest, most validated model, and everything, as you know, is based on the Caliper profile. So everything that George and I will be talking about for the rest of this time is really based upon that. So, George? And I promise we're going to go quickly through this part, and we will. These are just a few of our clients, some of which you know. State Farm has been a client of ours a long time, of course. We do have Allstate. We do have Fireman's Fund. So we really feel that we know this industry pretty well. I don't think we'll ever say we know it as well as the two of you do, but we really do believe that we know what is going on. And we also have, we have them spread across all the different parts of the world. We have multiple offices. We just brought up our 20th language, and we have offices in all of those locations. So along with that comes the ability to implement the profile in different communities. We did a presentation recently, and it happened to be in Ohio, and the main question that they were asking us is that they're now getting pockets of naturalized citizens, and they wanted to know if we had them in Taiwanese, actually. And we said, yeah, we do have the profile, and we can actually administer it and then pull together the different traits for this country. So it was a very interesting conversation that we had. George?
Yeah, the next slide is really just to situate everyone in terms of who we are. I mean, I know that you've got a lot of experience working with, different bits of Caliper, but, just as a baseline starting point, really what our mission is to help individuals and teams discover what their potential is. We believe that potential is not something fixed. It's not a fixed point in the universe. It's something that changes according to the situation that you're in. So it's helping people understand what they've got and how they can use that to get the results that they want. There are a lot of assessments out there, and assessments are really great, but we find that if an organization just stops with the assessments, it very quickly becomes a label within the organization. Someone's a hypo, or someone's not a hypo, or someone's some sort of good performer, top performer, or low performer, and we don't think that's accurate, and we don't think it's helpful within the organization. So when we look at potential, we're looking at potential for somebody to do a specific function at a specific point in time. We then take the next step, which is to develop the person according to that potential. Again, the other side of the coin is there are a lot of people doing assessments, and there's a lot of people doing training and development. If you don't have the assessment of the potential, we think it's not that effective to do the training, because you're not quite sure where to put your time, where to put your effort, how each individual can actually develop. So not everyone needs the same type of training, not everyone needs classroom training, not everyone needs behavioral training, not everyone needs technical training. It depends on that specific person. So for us, it's a continuum. The assessment is to help the person understand their potential in the situation they are. And then you develop them according to their potential, because the potential doesn't pay the bills. What pays the bills is their behaviors and their results. And we do all of that in the context of helping organizations succeed. And that's an important point to us, because we see it very much as operating within the business environment. For us, the only way that an organization can easily demonstrate the return on investment that they make in their people is if they're working towards solving business issues. So we don't separate out the people development from the organizational development. It's the people who deliver on the strategy, it's the people who deliver the results. So all of the work that we do is to help the organization reach their business results and to deliver on their business strategy. So just, as a base starting point, lots of people have come into contact with lots of different elements of Caliper and the profile and what we do. But really, to give you an overview, it's that kind of continuum from understanding potential to putting the potential into practice to achieving the results. That our job isn't done until the organization hits their targets.
Exactly. Again, the Caliper profile is really unparalleled in the industry when it comes to identifying the potential, the strengths and the abilities for the individual. And with that, we will go to the next slide. And everything that George had just been talking about is really, we felt, what you wanted to focus on. So we'll be getting there very shortly. But since both of you are very aware of Caliper, you understand that we take the potential of the person and we match it with the information about the job. So some things that we feel very strongly about is that as we go through this, we understand what the expectations are of the company, of the position that you're assigning someone to, and where you might be thinking of them to grow, what the responsibilities, what tasks, what criteria that individual is going to need to perform to do well in the job. So we blend the two together, which is known as the job match. Now, the Caliper traits, again, I would like to go ahead and send you this slide deck for you to use in the future, but I'm sure that you're both aware that these are the 4 areas that we really look at. And it depends on, again, what the job is requiring and how we match it together. Well, we're known for ego drive, ego strength, resilience, but these are only terms. As we blend them together, then we really are able to get a true picture of the individual, and as George said, what the potential of the individual is.